We're starting off our day in the town of Dumbo. Dumbo is short for down under the Manhattan Bridge overpass, and it's a neighborhood in the New York City borough of Brooklyn. The area known as Dumbo used to be known as Gareville. Dumbo's cobblestone streets and converted Brooklyn warehouse buildings are the backdrop for independent boutiques, high-end restaurants, and trendy cafes. Near the waterfront, St. Anne's Warehouse is a former tobacco factory and is the heart of a thriving performance and gallery scene. The north end of Brooklyn Bridge Park features historic Jane's Carosel, as well as picturesque views of the Manhattan skyline. Be sure to stop in at the Time Out Market for a cocktail and some good eats.
Okay, we are on the top of the Time Out Market in Dumbo here in Brooklyn, and this here is a view of the Brooklyn Bridge. We're working our way to go over the Brooklyn Bridge, and we just haven't gotten there yet. We ended up stopping and having a slice of pizza, and we are still running around. Oh, look at the carousel down there, guys. We need to go do the carousel. That's really cool.
Okay, let's get a
Which bridge is this one?
That's Brooklyn. That's
Bridge.
Manhattan you're pointing at.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. This is the Brooklyn Bridge over here. And the bridge I was showing you is the Manhattan Bridge. The city of bridges. You guys go over there, Jeremy.
We're waiting for you to get a picture with our phone.
Okay.
We're getting ready to hop on Jane's Carosel, and it's a classic 3-row machine with 48 exquisitely carved horses and 2 superb chariots. It was created in 1922, the heyday of the American carousel, by the Philadelphia Toboggan Company, PTC. It was originally installed in Idora Park in Youngstown, Ohio, then a prosperous steelmaking city.
So can you believe this? We're going on the carousel at a whopping $2 a person. How exciting. This is a ground view of the Hudson River, the Manhattan Bridge, and the Brooklyn Bridge. Where the sun is really out right now. It must be close to around 4 o'clock or so. So we're running around the waterfront right now. It's gorgeous. What a gorgeous day over here. It must be in the 80s right now. Very pretty.
we're walking around the waterfront area of Dumbo, and then we will be going up to the Brooklyn Bridge and crossing it over to Manhattan. The Brooklyn Bridge is a hybrid cable-stayed suspension bridge in New York City. It connects the boroughs of Manhattan and Brooklyn, spanning the East River. The Brooklyn Bridge has a main span of 1,595 feet and a height of 133 feet above mean high water. It is one of the oldest roadway bridges in the United States and was the world's first steel wire suspension bridge, as well as the first fixed crossing bridge across the East River. The architectural style of the Brooklyn Bridge is neo-Gothic, and the Brooklyn Bridge started construction in 1869 and was completed 14 years later in 1883. It was originally called the New York and Brooklyn Bridge and the East River Bridge, but it was later dubbed the Brooklyn Bridge. However, it was not named as such until the city government passed a law to that extent in 1915. Over the years, the Brooklyn Bridge has undergone several reconfigurations. It formerly carried horse-drawn vehicles and elevated railway lines, but now carries vehicular, pedestrian, and bicycle traffic. Commercial vehicles are banned from the bridge. Since opening, the Brooklyn Bridge has become an icon of New York City. It was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1964 and a National Historic Civil Engineering Landmark in 1972. The Brooklyn Bridge is also a New York City designated landmark. We've crossed the Brooklyn Bridge and we are on the Manhattan side. And now we're entering a wonderful little park directly across called the City Hall Park. There we sit down, relax, grab ourselves a bottle of water, and get ready for our next leg of our journey. Before heading to Ground Zero, we stopped at St. Paul's Chapel, which was founded in 1776. It is part of the Trinity, Wall Street Parish. George Washington prayed here after his inauguration as president in 1789. Inside the church is an exhibit on the events of September 11th, 2001, when the church was used as a shelter for rescue workers. Here we're walking into the Ground Zero area. It brings out so many emotions. It leaves you really very speechless. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this segment from Dumbo to Manhattan. And if you did, please do subscribe so you'll be notified when I place new content.